Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In today's video, we'll demonstrate step by step how to install Zorin OS 18 core on the classic business laptop, the Lenovo ThinkPad T430s, which is over a decade old. The ThinkPad T430s laptop has been on the market for over a decade yet remains remarkably resilient. By 2025, it will still rank among the most serviceable, customizable, and out-of-the-box Linux laptops available. The newly released Zorin OS 18, built upon Ubuntu 24.04, is modern, clean, aesthetically pleasing, exceptionally user-friendly, and remarkably lightweight. As an alternative to Windows and Mac OS, it makes your computer faster, more powerful, more secure, and privacy-respecting. Over the years, I've installed dozens of Linux distributions on my ThinkPad T430s, and even today, they continue to impress me in daily use. Right then, let's get started. Before commencing the installation, let us ensure all necessary items are at hand. Consider this our pre-flight checklist. First, your ThinkPad T430s. Ensure it is fully charged, or ideally remain plugged into the mains throughout the process. Second, a USB drive of at least 8 GB capacity. This will serve as our installation medium. Thirdly, a reliable internet connection. We'll need this to download the Zorin OS 18 core ISO file. Fourthly, download the ISO and create a bootable USB on another computer. Finally, if your ThinkPad T430s hard drive contains any important data, back it up immediately. Once you have all these items ready, we can proceed to the next step. Our first step is to obtain the ISO file for Zorin OS 18 core. This step requires a functional computer with an internet connection. Open your web browser, search for Zorin OS on Google, and visit the official Zorin OS website. On the official Zorin OS website, locate the download section. You may see multiple options for Zorin OS. We need to locate the download link for Zorin OS 18 core. Click Download. In the pop-up dialog, you may select Skip to download to bypass the subscription prompt and proceed directly with the download. Please verify carefully that you are downloading Zorin OS 18 core, not Zorin OS 18 Pro or Zorin OS 18 Education. For faster download speeds, you may also choose a mirror location geographically closer to your location. The ISO file size will be approximately 3.5 GB, so please be patient. During the download, you might enjoy a cup of coffee or review the BIOS settings on your ThinkPad T430s, which we shall discuss later. After downloading, it is advisable to verify the integrity of the ISO file using the provided MD5 or SETUPSECTION checksum. This ensures the file remained intact during transfer. Instructions for this process are typically available on the Zorin OS download page. During the download process, we require a tool to write the Zorin OS 18 core ISO file to a USB drive, rendering it bootable. I have selected Balena Etcher, which is also one of the tools officially recommended by Zorin OS. It is cross-platform, free, and exceptionally straightforward to use. Please download and install Etcher on your current computer. After downloading the Zorin OS 18 core ISO file and installing Etcher, insert your USB drive. Open Etcher, select the downloaded Zorin OS 18 core ISO file, then choose your USB drive as the target drive. Please double-check that you have selected the correct drive. Choosing the wrong one may erase important data on other drives. Click Flash and let Etcher work its magic. This process may take several minutes, depending on the speed of your USB drive. Upon completion, you will receive a confirmation message. Do not format the USB drive afterwards, simply eject it safely. Once the bootable USB drive is ready, we insert it into the ThinkPad T430s. Switch on the ThinkPad T430s and immediately press the F1 key repeatedly to enter the BIOS utility settings. Within the BIOS, navigate to Restart. Set OS Optimized defaults to Enabled and press Enter to confirm. Next, press F9 to restore default settings and press Enter to confirm. Finally, press F10 to save and exit, then press Enter to confirm. The ThinkPad T430s will now restart. When the Lenovo boot screen reappears, press F12 to enter the boot menu. Within the boot menu, select to boot from USB HDD and press Enter to confirm the selection. We have now arrived at the Zorin OS boot menu. Within the Zorin OS boot menu, the first option, Try or Install Zorin OS, is typically the one we require. Select it and press Enter. Your ThinkPad T430s laptop will now load the fully functional Zorin OS live desktop environment directly from your USB drive, without accessing your internal hard drive. Even on older hardware like the ThinkPad T430s, Zorin OS loads remarkably quickly. In under a minute, we're presented with Zorin OS's attractive live desktop. The live desktop environment of Zorin OS is truly excellent, allowing you to test whether all hardware on your ThinkPad T430s functions correctly. This includes components such as Wi-Fi audio, touchpad, keyboard, and USB ports. It provides an opportunity to identify any compatibility issues before proceeding with installation. You may access existing drives within the live environment. Should you not have cleared your data, you may copy any required files, though you should have backed them up beforehand. Within Zorin OS's live desktop environment, you may also test or trial the operating system's various features. This ensures Zorin OS is compatible with your ThinkPad T430s hardware prior to installation. If all tests proceed without issue, we may proceed with the installation. On the Zorin OS live desktop, you will observe an icon labeled Install Zorin OS 18. Double-clicking this will launch the installation program. This graphical installer is exceptionally user-friendly, guiding us step by step through the entire installation process. Step 1. Select your preferred language. This is typically your default language. Click Next to proceed. Step 2. Select your keyboard layout. You may also test it in the provided text box. Click Next to proceed. Step 3. Configure your wireless network. Here, I have chosen not to use a network for an offline installation. Step 4. Tick the boxes to install third-party graphics drivers, Wi-Fi hardware drivers, and additional media format support software. You may also configure secure boot and select a password here. Step 5. Select the installation type, which is the most crucial step. For most users, particularly if this is your sole operating system, or you can erase everything on your ThinkPad T430s hard drive, choose Erase Disk and install Zorin OS. This is the simplest option and is strongly recommended for most users installing Zorin OS 18 Core as the sole operating system on a ThinkPad T430s. It will erase your entire hard drive and automatically create the necessary partitions. If you choose this option, ensure you have backed up your data. After selecting the installation type, the installer will ask you to confirm changes to the disk. Read the warnings carefully, and only click Continue when absolutely certain. Step 6. Tap your location on the map or enter your city. This will set your time zone. Tap Next to continue. Step 7. Create your user account. Enter your name, computer name, username, and password. You may also choose to log in automatically or require a password for login. Ensure you remember your password, as it will be needed for future system logins and administrative tasks. Tap Continue to begin the installation. During this time, the installer will copy files, install the system, and configure everything. On this ThinkPad T430s laptop, the installation process for Zorin OS 18 Core actually took less than 3.5 minutes. During this period, you'll see a progress bar and a slideshow of Zorin OS 18. This is a good way to pass the time and learn more about the new operating system. It's also a great opportunity to watch the magic happen. Upon completion of the installation, you will see a message indicating installation complete. You may now proceed to test Zorin OS. We shall now click Restart Now to apply the new operating system. During the restart process, once the screen turns black, the system will prompt you to remove the USB installation media. When prompted, perform this action and press Enter to continue. This is crucial to prevent your ThinkPad T430s from attempting to boot from the USB again. Your ThinkPad T430s will now restart, this time booting directly into your newly installed Zorin OS 18 Core. Welcome to the all-new Zorin OS 18 Core desktop. First, we see the welcome screen. This is a splendid tool, and I usually keep this feature enabled. The tour will guide us step by step through system operations and explore core features. Click Start Tour, and let's take some time to explore Zorin OS 18 Core. The first is the menu schematic, which is positioned by default in the bottom left corner of the screen. You may search for applications within the menu and locate shortcuts to frequently used locations. The second is selecting your desktop appearance via the Zorin Appearance tool. Choose different layouts for your desktop and alter its visual style. Click Launch Zorin Appearance. First are the layout settings, where Zorin OS 18 Core offers 4 layout options. Next are the theme settings, where you can configure the accent color and theme style. In the Other section, you can also individually set theme styles for applications, icons, and more. Following this, you can separately configure effects, desktop, interface, and fonts. Third is connect your online accounts. After synchronizing your accounts, you can effortlessly access online calendars, documents, photos, and more. Fourth is link your phone and computer with Zorin Connect. Zorin Connect integrates your devices, enabling features such as notification synchronization, replying to messages from your desktop, sharing files, and using your phone as a remote control for your computer. Fifth is use software to find and install apps. Explore the rich world of applications for Zorin OS through the built-in software store. This is the recommended method for installing applications in Zorin OS. The software store supports direct installation of applications from Zorin OS and Ubuntu apt repositories, Flathub, and the Snap Store. The sixth is the Help page. Click Visit the Help page to access the Help section on the Zorin OS website, where you can find further advice and tips regarding Zorin OS. Right then, that concludes the tour. Next, we shall proceed to update the operating system. Although the Zorin OS 18 Core ISO is the latest version, new security patches and software updates are continually released. Typically, we can check for updates via the Software Updater or the terminal. The Software Updater is a graphical tool for checking, installing, and managing system and application updates. When first launched, it downloads the latest package information from the servers to update the package list, which usually takes a moment. Once the check is complete, click Details of Updates to view the list of available updates. Then click the Install button, enter your password, and the updates will be installed. Next, we'll use the terminal to update the system via the command line. The terminal is powerful and fast. You can launch it by clicking the terminal icon or using the shortcut Ctrl-Alt-T. First, enter sudo apt update and press enter. It will prompt you for your password. This command updates the list of available packages. At this point, we can enter apt list upgradable to view software that can be upgraded. Next, enter sudo apt get dist upgrade and press enter. This will display a list of all upgradable packages. Press Y for yes and allow it to proceed. This ensures you possess all the latest security patches and software, representing a crucial first step in safeguarding security and stability. On this ThinkPad T430s, the initial update for Zorin OS 18 Core downloaded 1116 MB of archive files and installed them in under 2 minutes. Once the updates are installed, we must restart the computer to apply the newly installed updates. After restarting, we need to update the language packs. We must click the Zorin icon in the bottom left corner of the screen to open the menu, locate and open settings. In the left-hand sidebar of the settings window, find and click System. Then click Region and Language, followed by Manage Installed Languages. Language support will automatically check for available language support. The system will prompt the language support is not installed completely. Click Install to proceed. After entering your password, the system will download and install the missing language packs. Once installation completes, click the Apply System-Wide button. Should you add new languages or dialects, the system may prompt you to restart session for the changes to take effect. Next, let us examine the software version information for Zorin OS 18 Core installed on this ThinkPad T430s. Within the About section of the system settings, we can view detailed specifications including device name, operating system, hardware model, processor memory, and disk capacity. Clicking System Details additionally reveals version information for graphics, firmware version, OS type, windowing system, and kernel version. Next, I'd like to discuss what I know about the ThinkPad T430s. There's a reason the ThinkPad T430s, launched in 2012, has become a classic. Though the suffix S denotes slim, it retains the ThinkPad's signature rugged durability. It's as sturdy as a tank, having passed military-grade testing. Frankly, I find its appearance superior to many modern ultrabooks. Let's examine the typical configuration of second-hand ThinkPad T430s commonly found on the market today. At its core lies a third-generation Intel Ivy Bridge processor. The configuration we most frequently encounter is the Core i5-3320M, operating at a base clock speed of 2.6 GHz and capable of reaching 3.3 GHz with turbo boost. This is a dual-core, quad-threaded chip. The ThinkPad T430s typically starts with 4 GB of memory, supporting upgrades up to 16 GB of DDR3 RAM. The good news is that it's remarkably straightforward to upgrade. The unit we tested today has been upgraded to 8 GB of DDR3 memory, which is absolutely essential for modern multitasking. Regarding storage, you might be fortunate enough to find models equipped with a small capacity solid-state drive, but the key upgrade lies in maximizing storage space. For today's T430s, we've installed a 128 GB SATA solid-state drive. Why is an SSD so crucial? Because it completely resolves the biggest bottleneck in older machines, making the system run significantly faster and smoother, particularly under the Zorin OS operating system. The ThinkPad T430s features a 14-inch anti-glare display, typically available in two resolutions, the standard 1366 by 768, or if you search carefully, the superior 1600 by 900. The anti-glare surface is ideal for brightly lit offices or outdoor use. I wish more modern laptops came equipped with this feature. Let's discuss connectivity. The ThinkPad T430s holds an edge over modern computers in this regard. It features two USB 3.0 ports, an always-on USB 2.0 port for device charging, a VGA port, yes, that old-school VGA port for connecting legacy projectors, and a mini display port. Additionally, it boasts a full-size Ethernet port, an SD card reader, and a combined headphone microphone jack. Everything a professional needs without any adapters. But what's the real standout feature? The keyboard. It's the renowned ThinkPad Precision keyboard. True, it's the newer chiclet-style keyboard rather than the classic 7-row layout, but it still delivers an excellent typing experience. Key travel is generous, feedback is solid, and it's built to last. Naturally, the track point, that little red nub, remains the most efficient way to navigate without lifting your hands from the main keyboard area. Either you've grown to love it, or you haven't quite mastered it yet. The strength of this generation of ThinkPads lies in their ease of maintenance. Disassembly is remarkably straightforward. Memory slots are readily accessible. Replacing the primary hard drive or solid-state drive is simple, and there's even an optical drive bay, commonly referred to as the Ultra Bay. This is crucial. You can install a hard drive tray here to add a second solid-state drive or mechanical hard drive. This makes the T430s an exceptionally valuable long-term investment. You can continually upgrade components to keep it ahead of the curve. So why pair this reliable, decade-old hardware with Zorin OS 18 Core? Because, in my view, Zorin OS offers the perfect solution to Windows, bloat, and modern macOS's excessive hardware demands. Firstly, performance. Zorin is Linux-based and remarkably lightweight. It's engineered to run smoothly on older hardware, maximizing the lifespan of the i5 processor and integrated Intel HD Graphics 4000. Secondly, ease of use. For users transitioning from Windows or Mac OS, Zorin is arguably the most polished and user-friendly Linux distribution available. Its Zorin Appearance feature allows you to alter the desktop layout, making it look and feel exactly like the operating system you're accustomed to, thereby eliminating any learning curve. Thirdly, system longevity and security. Zorin OS is built upon a solid, secure foundation. You receive free updates, enhanced privacy protection, and are spared the constant nuisance of intrusive, unexpected updates that can slow down your computer. We have established that the T430s boasts excellent hardware specifications, but it requires an operating system capable of fully utilizing its strengths without placing excessive demands on its decade-old CPU. This brings us to Zorin OS 18 Core. For those less familiar, Zorin OS is a Linux distribution based on Ubuntu. Yet its uniqueness lies not in its technical origins, but in its mission to make Linux accessible, aesthetically pleasing, and entirely painless for users migrating from Windows or macOS. You might consider it Linux's friendly face. Its interface is clean and its operation intuitive, virtually eliminating all the hurdles newcomers often encounter when trying a new open source platform. The core edition we're highlighting is the free main version, delivered ready to use and offering a complete, modern computing experience. Zorin OS 18 is based on the latest Ubuntu long-term support release, commonly known as the LTS version. This is crucial, as it means we can expect years of stability and security updates, specifically support for Zorin OS 18 Core extending until 2029. This enduring compatibility aligns perfectly with our philosophy of maintaining the T430s long-term usability. Next, let us focus on three core features of Zorin OS 18 Core, particularly relevant for older hardware like the T430s. First, performance enhancements. They've significantly optimized the system kernel and graphics stack. Even with the T430s older Intel HD Graphics 4000 integrated GPU, desktop animations and transitions remain surprisingly smooth. This stems from efficient resource utilization, an area where Windows 11 simply cannot compete on this machine. Second, the software ecosystem. Zorin OS makes software installation remarkably straightforward. Its software center integrates three major software sources: standard Ubuntu repositories, Flatpak, and Snap. This grants access to thousands of applications, from professional developer tools to mainstream apps like Spotify, VS Code, and even Microsoft Teams, all updatable and installable with a single click. Third, security and privacy. Linux is inherently more secure, and Zorin takes this further. Less telemetry data, greater control over your data, and virtually zero risk of infection from common Windows malware. This peace of mind is invaluable for machines handling sensitive work. Now, let's discuss the feature that truly draws users to switch to Zorin OS, Zorin Appearance Manager. This tool is simply brilliant. The Core Edition offers 4 desktop layouts free of charge. You can configure your desktop to resemble Windows 10 or Windows 11, complete with a centralized taskbar and start menu. Alternatively, you may opt for a more classic Windows 7 style layout, with the panel positioned in the bottom left corner. You may also select a layout mimicking the traditional GNOME desktop, alongside another exceptionally clean and efficiency-focused design. This is where the magic lies. If you previously used Windows, selecting the Windows layout will instantly feel familiar. You'll locate essential functions without learning curves, enabling you to focus on getting work done. The paid Professional Edition offers layouts mimicking macOS and Ubuntu, but frankly, the free core layout already delivers that sense of familiarity, making the T430s feel like a brand new, modern machine. What software comes pre-installed with the Core Edition? Everything you need to get started immediately. It includes the fast and secure Firefox browser. To boost productivity, the LibreOffice Office Suite is also pre-installed, featuring word processing, spreadsheet, and presentation software, all fully compatible with Microsoft Office formats. Zorin OS also boasts a robust multimedia suite, including a fully featured image viewer and video player. But the question I'm most frequently asked is, what about my Windows applications? This is where Zorin's built-in Wine compatibility layer comes into play. It's pre-configured to help you run some older or basic Windows applications. While it won't run all high-end games or niche programs, it's perfectly suited for many legacy Windows utilities and simple productivity tools. We'll test this further in the performance section later. In summary, Zorin OS 18 Core delivers a genuinely zero-cost, high-quality, and modern operating system experience that perfectly revitalizes the T430s. It makes full use of the machine's sturdy chassis and compensates for its aging processor performance through superb software optimization. Next, I wish to seriously explore security and privacy. These are two major advantages of running Zorin OS on the T430s. In this day and age, taking control of your own computer is paramount. Linux is inherently more secure by design. Its permission structure makes it exceedingly difficult for malware to gain system-level access. This isn't mere theory. It effectively eliminates the need for third-party antivirus software, thereby conserving the T430 system resources. Zorin OS places significant emphasis on privacy. Within its privacy settings, you retain complete control over data sharing. You can easily disable location services, prevent applications from accessing your camera or microphone without explicit permission, and manage the system's log history. During installation, you also gain access to built-in encryption options, while automatic updates ensure your T430s remains fortified against the latest vulnerabilities. The T430s' robust hardware security combined with Zorin's software security creates an exceptionally reliable and trustworthy workstation. For the average user, file management and device integration must be straightforward and user-friendly. Zorin OS excels in this regard. This file manager, based on GMUM files, features a clean interface that is simple to navigate. Note the sidebar, however. You can effortlessly connect to various cloud accounts, such as Google Drive, Nextcloud, and others, which appear directly within the file manager as network drives. This seamless integration eliminates the need for separate sync clients, making it ideal for accessing documents on the T430s. Furthermore, external device management is remarkably convenient, operating on a plug-and-play basis. Insert an external hard drive, USB camera, or smartphone, and Zorin detects and mounts them instantly. This fully demonstrates the maturity of the Linux desktop environment, delivering genuine out-of-the-box functionality. A minor yet highly practical feature of the T430s is its fully integrated function keys. Volume up-down, screen brightness adjustment, and even the microphone mute button are ready to use straight out of the box. No need to hunt for special drivers or configure custom shortcuts. It works out of the box. So, what is the final verdict? The ThinkPad T430s running Zorin OS 18 Core is an unquestionable triumph. Without a doubt, it stands as one of the best value, refurbished laptops currently available. This device is more than just a nostalgic piece of technology. It is a statement. It demonstrates that quality hardware, coupled with superb software optimization, can surpass cheaper, newer plastic machines. If you're seeking a reliable, durable, and highly upgradable laptop for work, study, or development on a budget, the T430s is your unrivaled choice. It boasts one of the finest keyboards available, while Zorin OS stands as the most user-friendly and efficient operating system. Have you installed Linux on a ThinkPad T430s laptop? Have you installed Zorin OS on an old laptop? Which old machine have you revived with Linux? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check the show notes for the Zorin OS download link. Thank you for watching. I hope this sharing has been enlightening. See you in the next video.